Creating conversations that you can share forward. That's what we do on arrow.net, ARROE.net. We are unplugged and totally uncut with Parker Lipman and Bathania Locke.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, Eric.
How are you guys today?
We're doing great. Wow, that's a good TV voice or radio voice, man.
It's only been worked by program directors saying, no, do it this way, do it this way, no, do it this way. So it's can you guys relate with that, being on the set?
Oh, my God.
I mean, I feel like our voices are pretty much ourselves, definitely, on the show.
But then again, though, like when we do have scenes and like we like mess it up, and we got to like do it again type deal.
Yeah, we stutter over our words a lot.
But see, I rely on shows like Buckhead Shore for exactly that reason, the realism, because it teaches the viewers as well as listeners that we're just as human, and that when we do kind of flub up, we're just one of you.
Yeah, we definitely have a lot of those moments on the show where we mess up, but we do a pretty good job of holding each other accountable and getting through it.
Well, I think that was one thing with our show too, man, is it was just very raw and very, very real. And it was not the easiest thing to go through, especially being in the South for the amount of time that we were in it.
You know, speaking of the South, I'm here in Charlotte. Guys, I have partied hard in Buckhead. I'm going to let you know that right now.
Yeah.
Where have you gone to Buckhead?
You know, it's one of those things where it's like when I was down there with a bunch of radio people, and you sit there and you go, okay, I want to remember every one of these clubs, and they go, just shut up and enjoy the ride. I swear to God, that's where bar hopping started for me. Was because in Buckhead you don't stay in one club, you go to them all.
Yeah, you hop around for sure.
Well,
we're everywhere. We go out for like one thing and we end up at 10 different places.
That's right. Now, do they still do the wristband where you can go between the different clubs?
No, not anymore.
Oh.
But it depends on the event, though.
Wow. So now
But that actually brings up a really good point, because Buckhead is so fast-paced for us, and it's like there's always something going on every single day. So us going to the lake, or technically the shore, it kind of gives us a time to like kind of get away, and get away from all of that and like cut loose.
Yeah, but do you really get away? Because I mean, I live a very fast-paced life myself, and it's like even if I try to go to a lake, it takes me 2 or 3 days to break down.
I know. Well, we had every intention on getting away, but the show was honestly not necessarily getting away, because there was a good bit of drama on it.
Yeah.
So now
usually it's a good break from everything, but this summer was a little different.
How'd you guys handle that southern heat, though, being out there on that shore? Because you know how it is down there in Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
It was really hot. But, I mean, being on the water makes it a lot better. You just get in,
Wait, well, Anya actually conquered a fear on this show. She doesn't typically like to get in the water, and she did for the first time forever. A
little bit. You don't see me swimming that much. I still didn't learn how to swim this summer.
Yeah, but
we did not.
Swimming in a southern lake, though, to this day, I mean, there's so much mush on the bottom of those lakes. It's not like a Montana lake where there's rocks and stuff. Our southern lakes are like, yeah.
Yeah, there is a good bit of mush in there.
I did get into the jacuzzi a lot, though. So,
Now, Bathania, when they've always said that three's a crowd. When you have this many people in one place, celebrating nature and all that kind of stuff, how do you get along with each other?
I mean, thankfully, Parker's house is pretty big, so I think we spread out a lot. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We're at the end of the day, we're a really tight knit group of friends, so we don't get sick of each other maybe as much as other people would. We've chosen each other as friends, so we know everything about each other, our triggers and everything. So at the end of the day, I'd rather be stuck in a house with a bunch of friends on a lake than anything.
Well, also, too, Bathania was like my saving grace. Like when all hell would break loose and I'd be getting attacked by one of the girls, I mean, it was Bathania would kind of step in and help me out.
I tried to be the voice of reason as much as I could.
Well, Parker, Bathania brings up a very interesting point. You know each other's triggers. Now, I know you're kind of a fire starter. Do you play off those triggers?
Okay, fire starter.
In other words, you don't fear trouble.
Well, exactly. I'm really I don't know why, because all I wanted really was to have all my closest friends of the lake. And I didn't want anyone to feel left out, but that ends up backfiring and just finding me right in the Can I say ass on the air? Right on the ass.
Yeah, you can. But I mean, because first of all, I love the fact that you guys are building. You have this relationship on Buckhead Shore on MTV, and the reason why I love that they're doing this right now. There's still a lot of people that aren't getting together, and we have to live vicariously through this show so that we can start breaking down our own walls.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's so true. And I mean, it's kind of crazy because like I said, whenever we first started this show, it was, well, whenever we were pitching the show, it was me and Katie, who I dated for the last 4 years, in quarantine at my lake house at each other's throats. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of essentially what sold the show. So.
Yeah, and this trip definitely was right after kind of the wave of COVID. So we wanted to get together and have things back to normal, and it felt like it. So
it was much needed for sure.
Yeah.
So what did you guys learn from each other? I mean, it looks like it's like a team building thing, or it feels like it. It's like we're going away, we're going to build the team, we're going to make it strong, and we're going to come back as different people.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you're doing something like this, you are kind of forced to really speak your mind and say everything and open up. And there was a lot of lessons in there. For me, a lot was just like opening up more and being vulnerable. I learned a lot about myself, having to talk about everything and, break down those walls.
Yeah.
And for me, I would say, even though the truth hurts, it's best to be just dead honest, blatantly honest with a significant other, because no matter what, it's going to come back and catch up with you.
Yeah. When you guys being from the Buckhead area and stuff like that, and then stepping out there to the lake, to that shore, come on, what is louder? The late nights with all of those frogs and things, or Spaghetti Junction?
Spaghetti Junction.
Oh my God. Because it's noisy outside. And did you guys do any filming outside at night? Because, I mean, how could you even calm nature?
Yeah, we did a good bit of filming at night. That's honestly whenever all the drama would spiral out of control, because everyone was drinking after drinking all day. So. Yeah,
we partied hard in Buckhead, and then at Lake House we stayed up all night.
Yep. Well, you're supposed to. That's what living in the South is all about, man. When the party doesn't stop, it just continues.
Exactly.
Well, congratulations on Buckhead Shore. I'm so proud of the designers of the show to include Buckhead, because it's always been a party spot and a gigantic star here in the South.
Well, thank you. We're excited to put Buckhead on the map and have everyone watch us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're really excited.
Well, come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you.
Thank you.
Well,
Look forward to it.
Be brilliant today, you guys.
Hey, also let us know whenever you come to Buckhead, and we'll take you out.
We'll start at the varsity, and then we'll go from there. All right.
Perfect.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, guys. All right, bye.